please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Liz, could you call the roll?
Absolutely. Mayor Bonta,
Here.
Member Collins,
Here.
Member Lewis, Member Farkas, Member Mileta.
Here.
So I'm going to start before we do the minutes. I'd like to introduce two gentlemen from the Lions Club who are here to speak and announce, well, honestly, I just think that this is such a generous thing they're doing. Would you guys mind coming up, Mr. Greer and Mr. Uzelak? And I apologize to Mr. Greer, by the way. I actually got confused about which Ted Uzelak was coming when you said you were meeting with him. I'm always happy to meet both, but anyway. Oh, would you like to speak maybe at that microphone?
Okay, my name is Lion Randy Greer, because we address ourselves as Lions, and I'm a district coordinator for District 25A. District 25A is the 7 counties in northwest Indiana. This here is Lion Ted Uzelak, who is a past president of the Portage Lions Club. And one of our things we do, we have an LCIF thing, we do, we act when it comes, we serve the communities. And we like to, we had to, with the power outages and people with storm damage, we tapped into our disaster relief fund in our district. And we had some $50 gift cards to Walmart. We'd like to give to some of the residents in Portage, and we have a few, and we had a total of $1,000 to give out. And some of them have already been given out. And we'd like to leave, I was hoping for a few people to be here today, but doesn't look like it's going to be here, so I'd like to leave some of these with you, and then I'd still like to meet a few other people and hand them out personally.
Absolutely. If you'd like to talk to my chief of staff, Leanne Van Kuren, she'll also get the picture for you guys. And then I know we've had a couple people reach out to us online already who couldn't make it today.
And then, like I
they're
said,
excited
we'd
come
like
in.
to be there. I says, we serve as the 7. Here, use my phone to.
What we can do too is those people who've reached out, we'll set up a time for them to come in and meet with you guys, and that can be done.
That would be good.
Yeah, we could do that either at a location you guys like or here at City Hall. You're always welcome here.
Thank you.
And as I say, I think there must be an ordinance that there always has to be a Ted Uzelak at the Board of Works meeting, no matter which one it is, because the timing here is just perfect.
But this one doesn't seem to
Would
be
you like to
asking
come
for
up
money.
here too?
What was that? Oh, yes.
I actually also, Austin happened to teach 5 years with my daughter, who teaches at Chrisman. She's a kindergarten teacher there, and Austin is one of the teachers. Was it? Taught her.
Oh, so we'll do our. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. In case you want to stay, some people. Yeah. Oh.
I'm gonna leave you a couple of these.
That'd be great. Thank you.
And then call me and we'll make it where I can present the rest of them.
That'd be wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you.
Grab my business card.
Oh, I got my business card.
I'm gonna get mine, so.
Okay. Are you the chief of staff? Okay.
I'll be right back.
Do you have information on the Lions Club? My
Absolutely.
grandfather,
Oh,
my
yeah.
father were
Right here.
members.
Yeah,
I just didn't know where it's at.
this is the one in Portage.
One important.
He does have, anybody interested in Lions, he does have a couple brochures about the Portage Lions Club. If anybody would like one.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your service, your dedication to our community.
Yeah.
Thank you.
For you don't know, the Lions are 1.4 million people throughout the world. And there's 46,000 clubs in the United States. And it's the oldest service corps group.
Thank you.
And if you want
All right. Did everyone have a chance to look at the minutes from our last meeting, and do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We'll move on to new business, releasing of the maintenance bond for the Woodland subdivision.
Good morning. So this is a typical maintenance bond that a developer puts up until a two-year time span. The city goes out and inspects infrastructure, makes sure that there are no deficiencies, and we are at that point that the infrastructure has been in place for 2 years. It's been inspected, and everything is good to go. So the department would recommend that the city release the maintenance bond for the Woodland subdivision.
Are there any questions from the board? Do we have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the releasing of the maintenance bond for the Woodland subdivision.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
We have a special event request for Bethel Church. Is someone here to speak for Bethel Church? Oh, come on up.
Hi, good morning. We just had our outdoor service a month ago, and we would like to do another one in 2025 on June 8th. And it went really well. It's the second one that we've had. So we're just trying to get ahead of the game and get on the calendar. And then I'm also meeting with, this is a Board of Works, with the Parks Department in August, once this is approved.
And this event is in the park, or is it?
It's at where the stadium is.
Oh,
Founders
at Founders
yes.
Square. I
Yes,
gotcha.
I'm
Oh.
sorry, my mind was blank.
Oh, no, that's fine. Just make sure. So for us, this is a perspective of closing down like a street sort of thing?
We did not need to close any streets at all.
Oh, I'm not sure, and maybe I can be corrected if this is a Board of Works matter. I'm all for what you're doing. And we're happy to like approve. I just
Yeah,
don't
I
know
don't-
what legally we've got to approve, because if it's strictly an event at a park, it really is just the park board that needs to approve it. Is that right, Andy?
Yeah, that's correct. So
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is the third time I've had to come here. So,
We always love to have you here, no worries. Andy happens to be the park board president, which is really handy to have on our Board of Works. But maybe if, I don't believe if they're closing a road or anything, there's anything that needs Board of Works approval. I
Okay,
think you go
that's good
straight
to
to the
know.
park board.
okay, I'll see you in August then. All right, thank you.
So thank you so much. All right, we have bulk item appeals. Got it. Doing great. So we've got our claims. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at the claims, and were there any questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Other business deemed proper to be brought before the board. Liz, I believe we just got shared. This was on last meeting's agenda, is that right? Or,
That's correct.
got it. So we waited on this, I think. So what would be the right title? Would this be considered an appeal?
I believe that's what it is. Is there anyone to speak for this?
The appeal for Mr. Olson?
That's myself, so yeah.
You are welcome to come up. You could either come to the podium, or if you'd rather, you can sit down here in the chair. That's strictly your preference. There's no, designation for either.
No, what it was is, I have 2645 Hemstrom, the old Napa Auto Parts building. And normally, I originally had that rezoned to be residential second floor and stay commercial first floor. That has elapsed. I've had a couple of different, Scott Falk and Jerry Sullivan, a structural engineer, do blueprint design. So this stuff has all lapsed. In the interim period, I've had physical difficulties. I've had double knee surgery and also a knee that opened up and some other surgery scheduled. Basically what it was is the grass got out of control. I've been trying to reach my maintenance. It was Matt Kelly's maintenance in Valpo. Where I'm at, I've had difficulty with cell phones, landlines, and computers literally being hacked to the point where I don't get messages, I don't get emails. My residence is in Whiting. I use a P.O. box in Whiting, and I was going to be doing stuff running back and forth from between Whiting and here. Basically, what I was looking for was some type of I don't know, installment plan on the bill. It was almost $1,800 for the first cut, and I'm sure it's probably been cut once since then. I'm willing to, try and solve it, try to take care of this solution, and I'm also trying to get, somebody suggested another lawn company right down Hamstrom. So I'll be talking to them later today. But it's just a matter of either some type of relief on that bill or where I'm at it. I'm not even sure what I'm at. I've had my, the last thing in this madness is I've had my physical address, which was always a P.O. box in Whiting. Somebody's gone in and changed it to the street address. And I've been to the FBI, I've been to the Frankfurt Police Department, which is where I'm living at. I've been to the Portage Police Department, where it's gotten broken into. I just need to get stuff together, in terms of loss.
Sure. So to start, I think I definitely appreciate you, not coming and like fighting like the actual need, for it. And our city, we're definitely not trying to be in the landscaping business. So,
No.
So I think what I would wonder, and I'll ask Mr. Soroki to come up, if you don't mind coming up in a second, just to kind of clarify something, but I appreciate that you're coming asking for more of an installment plan, rather than just trying to fight the whole charge. If I could ask you, as he's on his way up, what are you asking for? Like, what would be a workable installment plan for you, if you don't mind me asking? So it's $1,800. I mean, we could split that a couple ways.
Yeah.
What is something that you're looking for as kind of a general, like, what do you think you could do if it was a monthly, type payment?
I actually can probably come up with at least half of it right now, okay? If not on a credit card. Or my partner in Illinois, the woman basically that I've known for 50 years, she is willing to do some backing of me. So I'd like to get things straightened away. The main thing is I don't want it to become the eyesore that it has become. I really think it is. Originally had, I need to go back before the board and see if I can reinstate the residential commercial part of it and then have it redone. New roof, all I wanted to do was set up like a basic living space upstairs. And then the other reason is because Soundwave, which is right across the street.
Yeah.
So
I'm familiar with the Soundtide.
I'm sorry, Soundtide.
No problem. I'm familiar
Soundtide.
with it. Yeah.
Okay. The reason I took the building I did for 45 some odd years audio video contracting, and I also ended up used to do a lot of recordings of CSO and Chicago chamber music musicians. Anybody that's going to Soundtide, if they're a student and they want to go down to Juilliard or some other music academy, you can no longer just send in a music file or a CD because of the manipulation that can be done. So my idea was to make it available as a space where I could do recordings for these students.
It's
as
definitely
they
a
apply to
cool
things.
idea to have essentially an art district forming somewhere on the east side of Central.
Yeah.
Behind you is Mr. Tom Cherry. He's the guy wearing the dark shirt with the Portage logo.
Hi.
In terms of what you're looking to do with the building long-term, he's your guy to talk to and
Okay.
start with what you want to do. On this matter, I think my first question is really for our legal. So with Ed, if he's able to pay half now, so essentially $900 now, are we within, what would be the right way for us if we were to frame it as like a payment installment, plan? Is that all legal for us to do? Or,
I think based upon what I've heard thus far, there's an admission of non-compliance with the ordinance, and we could enter into a written agreement that would provide for the payment of the sums that are due.
would it be within our ability, this is just me asking the question out loud, would it be within our ability to require some sort of proof that he's got that, I guess essentially that there's a maintenance service, especially if he's not here a lot? Oh.
Yeah.
Need to press the microphone, I guess? Okay. Is there a way that we can require some sort of proof that a landscaping company's been hired so that we know that that property is gonna get taken care of? Because I don't want us to put somebody on an installment plan. I don't just mean you personally,
No, I
anybody.
understand.
Unless we know that the property from this point on is being taken care of. Is that a contingency we could put on for something like this?
Absolutely. Yes.
I've been trying to reach the one landscaping company. Unfortunately, I said I actually don't have a good way of communication,
I
email.
can tell you, as somebody who
Whatever.
has a landscaper for both my home and, my business,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the best way, I can't recommend anybody because
Right.
there's rules about that at a board meeting.
I
But what I
understand.
found is sometimes just walking in during their business hours, they're usually happy to talk to you and get you signed up. I can't recommend anybody, but I can recommend just walking in and, talking
Sure.
to somebody.
Well,
Mr. Soroki, did you have anything that you wanted to add, or do you think we're on track here? I mean, it looks like a pretty simple case of grass not being mowed and the city, putting out notice and putting a bill. Oh, do you mind coming up to the microphone? I'm sorry.
here,
I don't want Z to come out and tell you to do that too.
Good morning. I went over to the location, documented that it was in violation, and per the ordinance, we posted the notice, sent it to his address as listed by the county, which is the Whiting address that he alluded to earlier. It was not done, and on 6/10, when we documented that it was still not been addressed and it was definitely in violation, a mow order was sent to the street department. 10 days later, they confirmed that they had mowed it. So between the time that we had posted it with the documentation pictures we have, there was another 10 days of growth before the city actually got it done. At this point, it's on the continuous abatement as per the ordinance, since the city abated it once. If it's in violation, the city can step in and do it again. So far, we have not done that, especially since Mr. Olson said he was wanting to work with some. It does need addressing as soon as possible, but we're giving him a little bit of latitude since he was trying to correct the issue. If it doesn't get corrected soon, then it's going to be up to the city to decide, do we send in the mowing crew for another bill or not?
Mr. Olson, would you be able, if you paid $900 now, would you be able to do like a $200 monthly payment?
yeah, I'm sure.
With a contingency that you can, would he report that to the clerk treasurer's office? I guess I'm wondering who would be the right person for him to submit proof that he's hired a landscaper?
That's what I was going to suggest, maybe that we make the motion. I mean, obviously, the bill is the bill, right? We know that the work was done, so that it needs to get paid, and I think you're in agreement with that, that we turn this over to the clerk treasurer's office to work out the payment plan with Mr. Olson and get it in writing, and so that we can follow up, and then hopefully you can find someone to take care of that property in the interim.
Yeah,
Put
we
the
have done
contingency
that.
plan in writing? The contingency plan to be in writing as well?
Yes.
We have installment plans going for a number of the residents that, for sewer and other reasons, so we are familiar with that in my office, so whatever we agree to, Ed, with Mr. Olson, we'll have the contract there in the office, so every time he comes in, we'll make sure it gets documented.
Yes, I think it would be appropriate to make a motion to that effect, so that the matter could be disposed of and agreed to with approval of the Clerk Treasurer's Office and Mayor Bonta.
That sounds good.
So I'll make a motion to approve Mr. Olson working out a payment plan with the Clerk Treasurer's Office, the contingency that it is in writing, and that the property will be maintained in the future.
Second.
So we've got a motion. Yeah, so and we have a motion and we have a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. Do we have any other business deemed proper before the board? Oh, go ahead.
Okay, there was some questions answered or asked by the police department last month, or last 2 weeks ago at the Board of Works meeting. And I just wanted to clarify some of the answers. I haven't gotten back to the police department, so I do want to make sure they know we have taken care of the $23,488.99 that was taken out of the police overtime excessive compensation fund and transferred into their department award fund. And I also wanted to clarify that the award fund, I think it was at the meeting, I don't know if I was confused or if the police were confused, but the award time fund is a fund that was established in 2020, might have been earlier. We can go back to 2020 to see that it was established in 2020. It might have been established earlier than that, but the police get compensated 12 hours of regular pay for not reporting off for the year. Police can accumulate this benefit and take their accumulated total when they retire, and that's what that award time fund is. It was not funded in the 2024 budget, and it was agreed upon in budget talks that this money would come out of the LIT fund, and it was taken out of the police overtime fund by error since January of 2024. So it has been reestablished or resubmitted into your police overtime fund. And in the future, if any department heads have any questions about transfers being done, inter-department transfers, please come to the Clerk Treasurer's Office. Mayor, if you have any questions, come into the office. I'm in the office from 9 to 5 every day, except for days that I'm in school or I have meetings. And I will be willing to sit down and talk with you and discuss why we are doing the inter-fund transfers. Thank you.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for helping us get this clarified. I'm excited about the 2025 budget because I think that you and I have been working together and with the departments so that we don't have surprises, because we've both been surprised by things this year, and what's going to be really cool is I think if we can get through a 2025 where I'm just excited for it. It'll be our first actual budget, you know?
I'm excited too.
With not hearing anything else, does someone have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye.